I'd like to see you wiggle, wiggle for sure, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. I hope you're doing well, mate. I really do hope that. Welcome back to Chelsea News, of course, the daily series here on the channel where I reflect on what's being said about Chelsea, giving you my opinion on it, more importantly, asking for yours, mate. Apparently, Chelsea are serious contenders for Cristiano Ronaldo. We're going to talk about that. Ziyech off to Milan. Thomas Tuchel reportedly interested in changing the formation. Mind-blowing stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me. Please do drop a like on video. Thank you very much. And you're all welcome to subscribe. As I'd like to remind you every single day, and should you choose to subscribe, make sure you hit that sweet, sweet bell, baby. Check out this excellent deal. A massive thank you to Surfshark for sponsoring this video. Surfshark is the greatest VPN virtual private network out there available, and I'm honored to be partnered with them. If you're yet to get a VPN, this is the perfect opportunity to obtain an excellent deal. Surfshark is slick, really easy to use. You can get it on all your devices, and it will cost you next to nothing. A VPN can do so many things in terms of opening up entertainment for you, as well as keeping yourself secure. We all know in this digital age, identity fraud is rife. Everyone's out to get your details and private things. You can keep said private things protected with a VPN as it bounces around your IP address, essentially your internet's identity, and you can sleep calmly and softly at night. Sometimes there's media on the internet that your country does not have access to. You can utilize Surfshark to move your IP address to the country where it is allowed, and then suddenly you can watch said entertainment. Excellent! Suddenly you can travel the world in an instant and you're no longer bound by wherever you're sitting. Another great example of this is of course opening up another country's catalogue of Netflix content. For example, I jump over from the UK Netflix sometimes over to the USA and suddenly I have access to all their media too. It takes a second, it's really easy, and suddenly I have even more Netflix content to peruse and browse. All sounds good, right? But how much does it cost, Jan? Well, if you use my code FOOTBALL on Surfshark, you get 83% off and 3 months free, which of course is an incredible deal. Ooh la la! An incredible discount, 3 months free, when you use my code FOOTBALL. So do go check out this amazing offer by simply clicking the link down in the description now, checking out Surfshark and getting yourself a VPN finally, friend. Alright, peace. A massive... What a great deal, thanks Surfshark. Hey guys, welcome back. So, we are going to talk all sorts of transfers and tings, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, whoever you are. Let's start off with Hakim Ziyech going to AC Milan. This is funny to me because both Romelu Lukaku and Hakim Ziyech, quality players if utilised appropriately, and I think with both of them in Chelsea, Thomas Tuchel's Chelsea, it's tricky for them to be utilised appropriately. So therefore, probably the two attackers out the door, if not the first ones out the door. Of course, Lukaku on loan, but can we imagine him ever playing for Chelsea again? I'm not so sure. It's funny because he and Ziyech are like best mates. They're like the closest mates at Chelsea, and one's going to Inter in Lukaku, and one's going to Milan, probably in Ziyech, and they're going to be playing like in, you know, the Milan derby San Siro rivalry, and it's quite funny. Anyway, Milan just won the league, obviously. Good team to go to, really. He's probably spoken to Tomori and Giroud, and they've both said, hey, Ziyech, come hang out with us. It's cool here. We win Scudettos, and it's nice. Boy, what a pitch. Let's read of Calcio Mercato, which of course is an Italian publication, and we're going to read the article translated by Google, so therefore it's going to make little to no sense, but hopefully it will convey the message that we're looking for. Let's dip in now. Confidence in Milan increases for the Ziyech affair. The Chelsea player is increasingly the main target for AC Milan transfer market. Again, we're expecting relatively broken English here. After having formalised the renewals of Maldini and Masala, contracts with London management are continuous and go ahead quickly. For Hakim, the devil will make a loan offer. Are we the devil? with a redemption obligation. Oh no, the devil redemption obligation. This is weird. What is still missing to find an agreement is the figures, because the Rossoneri club would like to close with a total of 25 million, while from the London they asked for 5 million more. Oh, okay, so there's basically everyone is aligning here with a loan with an option to buy. Or an obligation to buy, excuse me. And Chelsea would want to protect themselves here as the selling club with an obligation. So I think I saw 5 million loan with 25 million obligation to buy. That would be a pretty good deal. We spent 35 million pounds on him, which is like 42 million euro or something. Granted, that was 3 years ago now. Jesus, I can't even catch up anymore. And he's shown his quality while perhaps not being a huge success. I love Hakim Ziyech, man. He's got a wonderful left boot. I like his swagger. I like the cut of his jib. I like the way he sort of carries himself and demands greatness on the pitch. And if you make him the superstar, he can be elite. Chelsea, Thomas Tuchel says he wants to be a team of, digging in and working really hard for each other. And he's probably a little bit of a luxury player in that sense, but he's very, very talented. Sad to see him go, but I want to move in the right direction. New Chelsea, evolution, revolution. The new opportunity is pushing to the Rossoneri to renew their strategies. It is no coincidence that, in addition to the official status of Florenzi, okay, so this is talking about other players. We don't care about those. Look, Hakim Ziyech off to Milan, loan, obligation to buy, for hopefully around 25 million pounds. That would be nice. Pans. Alright, should we talk about, before we talk about Thomas Tuchel and potentially changing the formation, let's quote an article by Kevin Palmer, writing in Sunday World, ladies and gentlemen. Ron gone. Premier League club preparing shock move for Cristiano Ronaldo. Chelsea have emerged as serious contenders to sign Ronaldo. Ooh la la. I found this article being aggregated and cited by Cy Phillips on Twitter. Of course, a good source for aggregation, Cy Phillips Sport. Right. This is a story. We react to stories here on the channel. That's what this content is. Commentary on headlines. And Ron Gone by Kevin Palmer is one of the main headlines. Let's see what's going on here. Look, you know my opinion on Cristiano Ronaldo, but we'll see what's happening in this article. Excuse me. Right. Ronaldo has made it clear that he wants to leave Manchester United, and he could end up signing for one of their Premier League rivals. Well, he's not going to go to City now. He's not going to go to Liverpool. It only would be Chelsea should he stay in the Premier League. The latest Sunday World back page led on stunning news that Ronaldo has informed Old Trafford Chiefs that he has decided to leave the club a year after returning in his second spell amid a blaze of publicity. Now there's a real danger that Ronaldo could add salt to the wounds of United fans preparing to wave farewell their hero. After it emerged, Chelsea are strong contenders to sign the Portuguese superstar. New Chelsea owner Todd Boehly met with Jorge Mendes, Ronaldo's influential agent, and made it clear that his club would be interested in signing a deal for the star client if he became available. Mendes is believed to have made it clear during that meeting that Ronaldo is keen to sign for a club in the Champions League next season, and sources have told Sunday World that the options are on the table and the player and his agent. Pause. Yes, I believe that. Obviously, he wants to leave United to score Champions League goals. He'll be 38 next season. He wants to push his own Champions League record higher before he retires or before he can't play in the Champions League anymore. At this point, Ronaldo could never not play in the Champions League. But at this point, he has to be in the Champions League next season as far as he's concerned. Like, literally, that's it. He just can't play not in the Champions League if he wants to push his record up. Messi's 2 years younger than him. He'll be playing in the Champions League next season. He's probably scared that Messi will chip away and score more and more Champions League goals. He'd have to start playing well for PSG. By the way, I am a Messi fan, and I still think the best two players in the world by far are Ronaldo and Messi, historically. Would you want one of those players at your club? Yes. Would you want Ronaldo at your club right now? Me, personally, I'd say no, because I don't think it suits the agenda of what we're trying to do. Like it didn't suit Manchester United. Yes, he scored goals, but I still think it was to the team's detriment in many ways. And there was toxicity in that changing room with like a superstar presence. I don't think after Lukaku, this is what we should be doing for Thomas Tuchel's ethos philosophy. Look, if Ronaldo comes to Chelsea, it will be exciting for the reasons you'd think. It'll be funny, Ronaldo, Chelsea jersey, funny, laughing at United fans, but we've already got one 38-year-old next season. Personally, I think that's enough. Let's read on. While Ronaldo has previously stated he could not imagine playing for one of United Premier League rivals, he would be welcomed by Chelsea manager Thomas Tuchel. Interesting. Well, that goes against what I just said. Quote from Tuchel: "Any team in the world without Cristiano is in some parts of the game a weaker team," Tuchel said, speaking last year. "He's one of the greatest who has ever played the game, and he proves it every time he is on the field." Is he just saying that, though, because he's talking as an opposition manager when they talk about, I don't know, maybe Chelsea are one of the few clubs in Europe that could challenge for Ronaldo's signature, with Bayern Munich, PSG and Real Madrid also to believe to be contenders. United made it clear they want to keep him, but it's increasingly evident that he's made the decision to move on. You don't keep a Cristiano Ronaldo that's saying, "Let me go, I want to go, I'm this 37, I will not be wasted here." Toxic influence, you got a new coach, whatever, you got to let him go, man. Look, I mean, when you go to Bayern Munich, he could replace Lewandowski if he's sold to Barcelona and they can finally pay the transfer fee and register him for wages, etc., etc. PSG, I mean, come on. If he goes to PSG, even though there'll be old age pensioners, you finally get the Galactico All-Stars, Mbappe, Neymar, Messi and Ronaldo. Imagine that. Imagine Messi and Ronaldo in the same team. Imagine it. Like, just for the box office, I think I'd enjoy that. That would be absolutely insane. Obviously, they'd pay his wages, whatever he wants, etc., etc. State-backed club, oil, money, etc., etc. Real Madrid, yeah, makes sense. He could go back for a return there. You know, they haven't been the same since he left. I mean, they did win the Champions League, so they were right there. But yeah, they'd probably only give him. I mean, how many years do you give Ronaldo? How many years would Chelsea give Ronaldo? Deep that. Would they give him 2 years to take him into his 40s? Like, it can't be done. Now, I know many of you, this is literally split down the middle. Half of you are like, it's a chance to have Ronaldo playing for Chelsea Football Club. You take it, no matter what. And then half of you are like, dude, this guy's old. He doesn't suit the system. I understand why it's split down the middle. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves on that in the comment section now, because, yeah. Anyway, look, there's been an article published on The Athletic about Thomas Tuchel, and according to The Athletic, there are strong indications that Thomas Tuchel is looking for signings that will increase or ease the transition into a different system, and it's speculation here that it's a back four. This is written by Liam Twomey on The Athletic, and they're using sort of data and analysis to find players and to consider players that could help him play in a back four. Thomas Tuchel has always stated that he doesn't play a three-back system because it's his, philosophy, it's his ethos in football. He obviously came into Chelsea, saw there was loads of players suitable for playing a back three. Ones that were still there that won the league playing a back three, like Azpilicueta and Alonso, and no, Giroud wasn't there yet, but do you know what I mean? There was like a few players that suited that. He looked at Jorginho being protected in the midfield. He looked at Thiago Silva being protected in a back three, and it just made sense to him. Chelsea won the Champions League, of course, so he carried on to to playing that way, and it made sense to him. But since he's had problems, and he's always said about, he tries to play what's appropriate. And apparently, this is why we looked at Rafinha. This is a quote from Liam Twomey. Thomas Tuchel is using data from an analytics company he has worked with since his Dortmund days, so that's quite a while, to inform him of his transfer recommendations. Bearing in mind, he hasn't had any transfer recommendations yet. Maybe Saul. If you look at, and I think he genuinely did want Saul. A lot of you guys are thinking, oh, we gave him Saul. I think we gave him Romelu Lukaku, which he probably went, yeah, all right, he's elite, I'll have a go at that. But in terms of his requests, we're yet to get a player, I think, other than Saul, because when Thomas Tuchel spoke about him, he said he'd been fighting for him for years. So I think this data-driven company has probably looked at Saul for a long time. Speculating here, of course, to a degree. So he's used this company since his Dortmund days to inform his transfer recommendations, and he's using it for this summer. So Rafinha was targeted after his creative metrics scored particularly well against other attackers. So there's a range of attackers 25 or under, so there's like an age bracket. And Rafinha scored very, very high in these certain metrics that Thomas Tuchel looked at that suited the system he wanted to play. There's been talk about going to a back four, a 4-4-2, and having Raheem Sterling as one of the two strikers. So you'd have a strike partnership up there. I guess you'd have, who you'd have with him, I'm not sure. Maybe it's Havertz and Raheem Sterling as a strike partnership. And then in behind, you'd probably, you'd have two midfielders. You'd probably have, I don't know, who would you have? You'd have maybe Mason Mount and I don't know, like a Kante or something. But then you'd have two wide players, wide midfielders, which would probably have been Rafinha, and then maybe like a Callum Hudson-Odoi. He'd probably do really well as a left mid. He could play as a proper winger style. And then obviously behind them you'd have Chilwell and James, which actually sounds pretty tasty in terms of like attacking, capacity and whatever. So yes, but what happens to Jorginho? What happens to Conor Gallagher? Lots of people to consider there, of course. Interesting though. In terms of other transfers, Chelsea's still looking at Milinkovic-Savic. Ake looks like it'll be a difficult deal to do because City want a lot of money. But Sterling and De Ligt look the most likely as things stand. Chelsea, of course, need to get a wiggle on, and we can expect a lot of updates this week. So this is a perfect opportunity to remind you that when you subscribe, you should hit the bell notifications icon to make sure you keep it locked. And don't want to miss a beat, boys and girls. Thank you very much for joining me. See you very soon. Check out Surfshark by clicking the link in the description. And peace.